Now for our next story, we are privileged to be here at Dr. Raymond's office where she meets with elderly patients every day. She's going to talk to us a little bit about why they're a vulnerable population and what we can do about it.
Hello, Dr. Raymond. It's good to meet with you today. Can you tell me a little about your job and why it's so important to talk about the elderly population?
Yeah, it's wonderful to meet with you too, John. So I'm a geriatrician, which just means I'm a physician working in a clinic that is specifically geared towards older adults. So this is the primary care contact for the elderly. And the elderly is a population that I'm very passionate about working with because they actually are considered a vulnerable population. Vulnerable populations are those, there's a ton of them, but they are those in general that have either a hard time getting access to healthcare, access to good quality healthcare, or they might just be susceptible more so than usual to certain diseases. The elderly specifically, out of all of them, 95% have at least one chronic disease. So it's very important to acknowledge that as we age, we are very susceptible to different diseases. In addition, many older adults have a hard time accessing good healthcare because they have to rely on things like Medicare, because obviously they can't be working to make money. And also many older adults suffer from specific diseases like Alzheimer's or dementia, which puts them into nursing homes, and even that environment is difficult for the elderly as many of them suffer from depression, from not being able to see their families. So it's really a population that needs to be focused on and worked with so that way we can better their quality of lives.
Is there anything we can do to combat these health disparities?
Yeah, there are plenty of things that we can do, but we really want to emphasize the idea of prevention. This will be most influential if we intervene in people's lives before they enter the older adult population. This may look like educating adults on the dangers of smoking, for example, because COPD is a very common disease among the elderly right now. Additionally, I think it would be very helpful to establish relationships right now to identify who is going to be the caretakers or the people who is going to manage your care once you get to nursing homes, because a lot of times the elderly will be dependent on somebody else in one way or another for their care and for their activities of daily living. So establishing those now will better prepare the person for that so that they have better mental health, and also it'll just increase the quality of life once they get to that point. And of course there are other practices that we can do, but that's just a snippet.
Thanks for taking your time and doing this interview with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, thank you, John. Now, after this commercial break, we will learn about how sharks are becoming our new best friends.